everyone. My name is William Kirk with Washington Gun Law, and this is your 2A Week in Review. This is the weekly program that we put together just to give you updates on all the good things and terrible things that have happened with your inalienable rights throughout the entire nation. Okay, this week's news is brought to you by Gun Butter. Listen, this is absolutely the best lubricant in the market. It was developed by individuals in the aerospace industry, so it has incredible performance at really high and really low temperatures. This needle nose applicator, it gets it exactly where you want it to be, and if you're having to go ahead and lubricate a long gun, check out this grease pen right here. This thing will get it exactly where you need it to be, and this is the best part. When it comes time to cleaning this weapon, you just wipe the gun butter off. All the gunk comes with it. Now, right now, you can check out this product for 10% off. All you got to do is go to gunbutter.com/shop/Washington Gun Law. And if you use the promo code WGL10, you will receive this product for 10% off. For more information, visit our good friends at gunbutter.com. Okay, so what has happened in the Second Amendment this week around the United States? We have several issues to get you up to speed on. Number one, a Michigan jury has returned a verdict on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter of guilty in the case of State of Michigan versus Jennifer Crumbley. Now, Miss Crumbley, as you recall, is the mother of Ethan Crumbley, who was responsible for a horrific mass shooting that took place in 2021 in Oxford, Michigan. This marks the first time that a parent has ever been held criminally liable for the criminal actions of their child. For more information about this particular case, go ahead and check out that video right there for a detailed discussion, including the Michigan jury instructions. Well, it appears that the aloha spirit and your inalienable rights do not mix. The Hawaii State Supreme Court earlier this week has actually ruled in the case of Hawaii v. Wilson that the Second Amendment, both on the state constitution and the federal constitution, does not protect an individual's right to possess a firearm outside the home. Let me say that again. That's right. The Hawaii State Supreme Court has actually ruled that the Second Amendment, both the federal Second Amendment in the United States Constitution, as well as the one contained in the Hawaii State Constitution, do not protect an individual's right to possess a firearm outside the home. In one of the most sarcastic and horribly reasoned opinions you will ever read, the State of Hawaii Supreme Court also believes that, well, candidly, the aloha spirit just doesn't really jive with the federal Constitution. For more information about this absolutely horrific opinion, check out this video right here. How to fast track a case to the United States Supreme Court. Let's hear it for our good friends over at the Second Amendment Foundation, who finally just had enough of all the shenanigans and gamesmanship going on in the Fourth Circuit in the case of Bianchi v. Brown, and knowing that the full en banc panel was going to do nothing more than rubber stamp Maryland's assault weapon ban, has decided, you know what? Let's quit playing games and let's just get this over with. So they have filed for a petition for a writ of certiorari before the United States Supreme Court under Supreme Court Rule 11. Now, for more information about the lofty burden that the plaintiffs have on that, check out this video right here. But this clearly puts this particular case, Bianchi v. Brown, on the fast track, or the inside track, if you would, as to which assault weapon ban case is most likely to be reviewed by the United States Supreme Court. The Ninth Circuit strikes again. Well, it wouldn't be a week in 2A updates unless the Ninth Circuit was screwing somebody, and that happened to California yet again in the case of Rody v. Bonta. Now, as we know, the Honorable Roger T. Benitez had overturned California's law, which required a background check for anybody who wanted to purchase even just a box of ammunition. After several days where Californians were able to enjoy some semblance of freedom, thus actually resembling something closer to Americans once again, the Ninth Circuit has swooped in, stayed that injunction, and now set it for oral arguments. If we want to know what is likely to happen with Rody v. Bonta, all we need to do is take a look at Duncan v. Bonta and Miller v. Bonta. For more information about this incredibly rare petition, check out this video right here. A push for national concealed carry. We have already talked about the case of California Rifle and Pistol Association v. Luna, which was a challenge to all the unnecessary delays in Los Angeles County, but also had an additional argument about the fact that unless you're a resident of California, you can never ever obtain a carry permit. Well, such is the same in the state of New York. And so our good friends over at the Gun Owners of America have filed a challenge to the constitutionality of that in the matter of Higbee v. James. Now listen, this is one of the most fascinating issues presenting us in the current time of kind of a reanalysis, a reawakening on Second Amendment issues, because can you think of any other constitutional right? You know, your First Amendment right to speak freely, your First Amendment right to have religious freedom, your Fourth Amendment right to be free from unreasonable government searches and seizures, your Fifth Amendment right to be free from self-incrimination, where suddenly you would lose that right merely by crossing a state's border. Well, that is not the case, fortunately, for your inalienable rights, except for your Second Amendment right. These are cases that we're going to have to very carefully watch. We were hoping for a challenge out of the state of Hawaii, but since the Second Amendment doesn't protect an individual's right to carry a firearm outside their home, we'll see where that one goes. For more information about that case, check out that video right there. New York's red flag laws meet the Bruin opinion. In the first opinion of its kind, a challenge to the state of New York's red flag laws was analyzed under New York Pistol and Rifle Association v. Bruin. This was done in the matter of Gagno v. DS, a case in the Superior Court of Dutchess County. The court has found that when you take a look at some of the words in Heller and some of the words in Bruin, that the Second Amendment only protects ordinary law-abiding individuals. Since Mr. DS was neither ordinary nor law-abiding, based upon the allegations, the Second Amendment and his right to keep and bear arms did not apply, and therefore the removal of his firearms via New York's red flag laws was deemed constitutional. For more information about that ruling, check out this video right here. And then finally, it's legislative season, so we have to bounce around the country to see what forms of civilian disarmament are popping up nationwide. Let's start in the state of Virginia. Yeah, Virginia, elections have consequences. The Virginia state legislature has passed an assault weapons ban, all new sensitive areas, as well as expansions of red flag laws and other open carry restrictions. All of those bills were passed out of the House and the Senate on party lines, which means with a very, very small, slim majority. These bills now head to Governor Glenn Youngkin's desk, who of course has presidential aspirations, thus placing on his desk some very, very important decisions. Rumors are that Governor Youngkin will veto the assault weapon ban, and there clearly is not enough votes in the Virginia House or Senate to override that veto. But this will be a seminal moment for the future of Governor Youngkin's political career. Washington State. Well, despite the fact that Washington State came up with all sorts of absolutely terrible ideas, the only one that seems to really be coming to fruition this year is House Bill 2118, a bill which is absolutely positively designed to drive every single FFL out of business. Now, this is not a new or novel piece of law. This law already exists in California under California Penal Code 26806 and is subject to a current lawsuit right now. If passed, this bill will absolutely destroy the entire FFL industry in the state of Washington. For more information about it, check out this video right here. Massachusetts, yes, you are on the list as well. Senate Bill 2572 has been approved by your state Senate on February 1st. Now, this supposedly is a watered-down version of the absolutely radical idea that came out of your House last year, but I've had an opportunity to review both bills, and really it just kind of does the same thing in fewer pages. This will now head back to the House, where in all likelihood there will be feverish support and is likely going to end up in your governor's desk in a very short order and signed into legislation. For more information, we'll link up that Senate bill down below in the description box. And then finally, our favorite gun-grabbing state right now, of course, that is New Mexico. Governor Lujan Grisham and her cronies in the state legislature are passing all sorts of new civilian disarmament legislation, including mandatory waiting periods, assault weapon bans, manufacturer liability, expansion of red flag laws. However, it is only a 30-day legislative session down there in New Mexico, and right now it appears that many of these bills may be stalling out. Stay tuned for further details. If anything actually does get to the governor's desk, you will be the first to know. That is your 2A week in review. If you guys got any questions about any of this stuff, it is all linked up down below in the description box. Thanks again to our sponsors, Gun Butter. Remember, you can go to gunbutter.com/shop/Washington Gun Law. And if you use the promo code WGL10, you will receive 10% off. Until next week's 2A in review, let's all remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next week, thanks for watching and stay safe.